Hello, welcome to Yoga with Andrea. Really, Variyoga with Andrea, because Bryan and I are the founders and the creators of Variyoga. And this show's really, every time it airs, every time we do it, we're doing Variyoga. And so we're glad you're here, and we hope you enjoy what we've got for you. We've got two sequences, Variyoga sequences. The second one in the show, Bryan's going to lead us, and it's quite long. It's probably 12 minutes long, but it gets all kinds of poses are included.
Yoga potpourri.
Yoga potpourri, there we go. So welcome to the show again, Bryan. All the way up from Fort
I'm so
Smith.
glad to be here.
You know, he drives. He leaves in the morning about 8 o'clock, gets up here to Fayetteville, and then we come up to Jones Television and we film the show. So it's very good, yeah. And then afterwards we go off and have a great big lunch.
That's right.
All right, so you can see we're standing, so we want you to stand. So if you've tuned in and you're on your couch, come up off the couch, just stand in front of your couch right there in your family room or wherever you are, bedroom, living room. Look down and take oops, if you're not barefoot, sit back down and take your shoes off. It'd be easier to take them off when you're sitting than, all right. So do that, make sure you're, barefoot, even without, total barefoot, so you can see your toes, all right? No socks. And then plant your feet so they're about 1 fist width apart. So you can reach down there and do like I just did, or just kind of guesstimate there. Good. This is the foundation for Variyoga Tadasana, the mountain pose. So what we do is in Variyoga, we take classic yoga poses and vary them to work for you, and also help you find ways to vary the practice to fit you. Would you say that's
right? Yes.
One journey, many paths.
One journey, many paths. One size does not fit all.
Exactly. In fact, I was just in New York this past weekend, and I went to a bunch of different yoga studios, and I think the 100th monkey syndrome, where something happens over here and all of a sudden it's happening over here, and they didn't tell each other. So I went to the yoga center called Yoga for the People. It was free. Walked up 2 flights of stairs, which was no problem, but then this room of 50 people at 2 in the afternoon, who would think? And they said, come to standing Tadasana and plant your feet so they're about 1 fist width apart. And I was just cracked up laughing because I wanted to say, that's Variyoga.
That's right. Yay.
Anyway, so do that. Now, and bend your knees a little bit. So give a little bounce into your standing here. So you transfer the weight more into the feet and into your thighs. Work these quads, the biggest muscle group. And what do you say about that? If we get these worked out, they're going to
burn calories even when we're at rest.
Yes.
So tone your thighs.
So those are your quads. So I want you to bend your knees a little bit more. You can feel the quads working. Good. And then slowly straighten your legs by activating those muscles. And just pull up, draw up. And then lift your toes. And when you lift your toes, you'll feel that drawing up even more.
It activates your shins and the top of your feet.
And when you pull out your toes up, make sure you're not rolling to the outside edge of your feet. That you're just keeping the weight on all 4 corners. Beautiful. And then just slowly lower your toes back down. What we're going to do now is a little breath work. So we're standing, we're going to inhale, you do the same thing, and lift your arms up. Beautiful. And just exhale, bring them back down. So nice releasing breath. So I don't know if you're starting in the morning here with me, waking up, or you're ending your day, releasing down and calming down from the day. You can do yoga anytime.
The long, slow extension of the arms and legs helps to promote calm in the mind and the body.
Yes. Now this time we're going to do a little stretch, lean over to your right. We're going to mirror you, so bring your arms up. Keep the left arm on, bring the right arm back down to the right side of your torso, and just lean over. Press into your left foot. Opposite, we're doing the opposite, so you press into that left foot, and then inhale, come back up, and bring the right arm up now, and slide the left hand down the outside of your left thigh. Press into your right foot. Inhale back up. Let's do that 2 more times on each side. Bring the right hand down, so you just let it, you can press your right hand into your thigh, and then come back up. Good. And over to your left as you exhale, and back up. Let's do it 1 more time in each direction. Right hand down, left arm overhead, stretching a good reach in that left side of your torso, and back up, and then your left hand down. Good. And both arms up. We do a little shoulder work here. Bend your right elbow, and then reach over and grab the right elbow, or underneath, like Bryan's going to show right now. We know how to modify. There we go. And you're just gently pulling your elbow or pushing it to midline.
This should not affect your neck.
Right. Good point. You don't want to be rounding forward and trying to get your elbow up to the ceiling by hurting your neck.
Right. So if your elbow needs to be forward, that's okay too.
Good.
Let it vary. Find what fits.
And then straighten your arms back up towards the ceiling. And let's do the other arm. Just bend the left elbow, reach down your back, and then push with your right hand, or hold the left elbow with your right palm and pull to midline. Good. And we're just standing, our legs are in Tadasana.
Knees unlocked.
Knees unlocked, balanced weight in both feet. You're not leaning to one side or the other. Good. And then let's release the arms and come up and bring your hands back by your side. Now roll one shoulder at a time. As Bryan likes to do that. Oh, rolling, good. Then another one for our shoulders is just an inhale, lift the shoulders to your ears, disappear your neck. Then exhale, release them down. Yeah. Inhale, bring them up. And release them down. One more time. Up and down. Good. So we've been pulling the shoulder blades into the spine by doing this arm stretch here. I want to do one where we pull the shoulder blades away from the spine. We call it eagle arms, or Garudasana.
Garudasana. Because Garuda means eagle in Sanskrit.
Yes. So we'll send your arms straight out towards the television, just straight out, parallel with the floor. Then lift your right arm higher than your left and cross at your elbows if you can. And then you bend your elbows. And some of you are going to be able to get your hands together, maybe the back of the hand, maybe the arms can be apart. You do what you can do. Because this is going to stretch the rhomboids behind the shoulder blades. Beautiful. And inhale. Oh, a self-hug too. That's another way to do it.
Yes, right.
Okay, so if you see what Bryan's got, he's got a self-hug going on. I'll show you that too. But then you can do it this way as well. Bring your elbows up. And we're going to bend the knees even more. Soften them a lot and round forward. As you round forward, you'll feel the stretch across your back body. Use the power of your legs and your breath. Come back up, inhaling. Okay, and exhale. And back up. Let's go one more time. We're going to do the other side. Good. And back up. Release your arms. Good. Roll your shoulders. And then take your arms straight out in front of you.
Reach your hands for the television.
Your hands. I said the arms. You're right. Did I say arms?
No, I just was saying reach your
Hands.
hands.
Okay. Yeah. And the left arm up. Cross it. Hands. All right. Let's wrap those arms up. Yeah. Inhale. Bring them up. Exhale. Let's round over our torso forward, bending your knees, stretching the back. Power of the legs pushes you back up. We talked about the quadriceps. Make them work. And fold over. Simple. Easy.
Honor your body by taking it only as far as is right for you today. Which for some it may be way deep, and for others maybe not so far, and it's okay.
Good. All right, so got your shoulders warmed up because we are going to do a sequence that Bryan knows and is going to lead us on. It's a yoga potpourri.
Yoga potpourri. It's got lots of things in it. Downward facing dog, pigeon pose, which is great for the hips.
And let's see, what are some of the other poses? Pigeon pose, heron pose.
Seated twists, all kinds of things are in it.
And you know, would you allow me to throw a few things in as we go?
Sure.
All right. Sure. So that's the thing about Variyoga too, is we add things, and you know, when we see, oh, this flows with this, so we sort of connect poses that complement each other.
The overall idea is to bring health and balance to our body through many different ways of practice.
And so and to vary it.
Yeah, one direction of practice is not always the best way. So find what fits for each day, as I keep saying. That's the key to it.
Okay, so we're going to do a downward dog in this sequence. I'm going to tuck my shirt in.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want it to fall up around my face. Okay, so.
All right, so we're going to step the right foot forward first. So it's our left and your right at home.
Your right,
so step your right foot forward. Now you bend your front knee and bring your fingertips down to the floor. And then you step your right foot back and you come into downward facing dog.
Ooh, okay.
You can bend your right knee and straighten your left leg, and then bend the left knee and straighten the right leg back and forth for a moment as we get accustomed to the position. Now bring your legs parallel and your feet right next to each other.
Big toes together?
Big toes together. Okay. And this just gives you a center point. Take your right leg back and off the floor. Lift it up high.
Whoa,
maybe a small amount, maybe way high. You choose, whatever fits.
Feel your arms.
Good. Then unlock the knee just a tiny bit and lift your right hip and open to the right a bit. Ah, strong pose. Breathe. And now we take that right leg and bring it forward, and your right foot goes over to the left. So bring that foot in.
Are we putting the knee down?
Coming into pigeon pose. Now some of you may not have the range to sit back as easily, so we're going to take the blanket just to show you a modification to put under your hip and sit back. Ah, good. And lift up your heart.
This is really good to help you if you have sacrum issues.
This is great for the hips. And remember, you can use a blanket or a block. And we didn't say this, but you may need a strap or a necktie or a bathrobe belt or something to work with. So
now you tell us.
Yeah, now I tell you. So
well,
pause.
maybe they've seen the show before. They pause it. Maybe
pause.
You're
watching the
you know,
video
in fact,
playback.
we love filming here at the Jones Television, and Brian and I are working on this, creating a second DVD, and it will be all with props.
That's right.
So
the first one is out. So
yeah, the first DVD is out with yoga, just yoga volume
Variyoga. Now fold forward. Ah, we're stretching the hip a little more as we fold forward. And some of you may be able to come down closer to the floor, and that's all right. Just take it to wherever it is for you. Even if you need to stay up here, it's okay. Just take it for what fits.
You know, when I'm down here like this, I'll sometimes gently rock from the right side to the left side and feel the stretch in my hip. So.
Well, that leads us to where we're going to next.
Oh, goody. Okay.
Now you're going to rock to the right.
Yeah.
And it's
Did you
our
get
left.
that? You're going to rock to your right.
Rock to right, and then you bring your left leg around. Ah, sweep it around. Now, some of you may be able to bring the heel to the shin, and some may be able to bring the foot to the outside of the thigh. So move it to whatever is right for you. Your heart lifts up. Now your right arm wraps around your right leg, and your left hand comes behind, and you twist to your left.
Well, our right arm wraps around their left leg.
Okay.
Yeah. right.
Arm, leg. Pick one.
As you were saying, arm, shin, and leg
elbow.
Leg, elbow. Oh, funny. Yeah.
And now leave your legs as they are and twist to the right.
Open twist. There you go. Yeah.
Good. And after this twist comes another hamstring stretch.
Uh-oh.
Also one of my favorites called, it's heron pose.
Heron.
Heron. And the Sanskrit word for that is krauncha.
Oh, okay.
Krauncha means heron.
Okay. So you'll take him in that, and then I'll show you my little twist.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Come back
So
around.
you want to show them how to use the strap?
Yes. Now bring your foot back to the center. If you're using a strap, put it around the ball of your foot.
I think I'll join you. And sometimes you don't, even if you can do the pose without a strap, sometimes using the strap helps you vary the pose and maybe take it a little deeper.
So you can take the leg up a small amount, a medium amount, or all
the way up. Wow, look at that foot go way up in the air.
Don't hurt yourself.
Whew.
Breathe.
Remember, the strap is behind your toes.
That's right. Now I have one other little thing right here in this, and then we'll switch to what you're doing. Take both sides of the strap in your left hand.
Okay.
Take your right hand out to the right, and then sweep your leg over to the side.
Woo. Ah, an open.
Ah, hello, foot.
Hello. I showered this morning.
Good. Really good.
Yeah, good. Okay, so this is the variation that we have. So your left foot's out in front of you. Bring your right hand to grab the strap and keep the left foot going straight towards the television, but turn your upper body and stretch your left arm back and look away from the television. Look towards your left thumb. We got a twist.
I love this.
Good. Then you come back to center. Then one more variation I'm going to add into this. Brian and I were talking about as we were coming up here because we both teach at the Yoga Center as well as he teaches in Fort Smith. So we sometimes vary our sequences even when we're teaching. So you just bend your knee, and I moved you want to move your right foot so it sits right underneath your left thigh. And then you can't totally straighten your leg, which is what we want. And you're going to lean forward. You can use your strap, grab it around your foot and lift up, and then slowly fold using the strap or using your fingertips towards your toes. And you'll let your left thigh press into your right foot.
Good.
Releases the muscles. Good. And breathe. Yeah. I often in my home practice, I love bringing different poses in and say, oh, this one works with this one and this one works with that. There's nothing that's set in stone that has to be done in a certain flow, a certain way. I mean, there are some things you don't want to injure yourself. We know that. You don't want to go from forward bend right into headstand. So.
And some poses facilitate other poses. They warm the body up for things.
Yes. So do you go to Variyoga from here sometimes?
No, I take it back around and we come to down dog.
Yeah. Okay.
So lean back to your right and sweep your left leg around. Turn your toes under, set your hands, and back into downward facing dog.
All right.
Yeah. Now bring your feet together again. And now the left leg goes up.
Way up. You know, I notice when I take my leg up in the air, I can drop the other heel closer to the floor. You notice that?
Yes.
My right.
No, unlock, but don't bend it so the heel is toward the glutes, but just unlock it a slight bit and
okay.
lift your left hip as you open a little to the left. And breathe. And now bring your left leg forward into pigeon.
Pigeon.
Pigeon. And slide your right leg back. And if you're needing to use a little prop to keep your hips level, then feel free to put a blanket under your hip. And now we're in pigeon on this side.
Yeah.
This pose is called pigeon because the chest comes forward, proud like a pigeon.
Cool.
And you,
There were a lot of them in New York, let me tell you.
are they doing pigeon pose? They have one leg behind them like this?
No, I don't know.
And now we do the forward stretch. So walk your hands forward and fold over your...
I think it's so interesting the way, you know, what Sanskrit, some of the things, then the asanas, how they were named after animals or sages or
names of the body parts.
body parts, and also then the, mountain pose, you know, tree.
That's
things
right.
in the environment.
And come back up. And now you lean to your left.
Okay, so we're gonna go.
And bring your right leg around. Your choice now, whether it comes where the heel comes to the shin or to the floor outside the thigh. Now your left arm reaches around and the right hand comes behind and twists to your right. Good. Let your breath flow long and slow and steady in and out through your nose. The head follows the twist but doesn't lead into it, so we don't put the neck in a bind as we twist. Keep breathing and draw the thigh up toward the abdomen. This puts pressure on the abdominal organs, helping with our metabolism and with our digestion.
That's why I'm always so hungry after the show.
That's right, ravenous. And now we open the twist.
Good. Oh yeah, open.
Yeah,
Okay.
open the twist to your left.
I like open twists. They're easier to do. You might find that.
You know, the closed twists are not recommended during pregnancy, but open twists like this, where there's no pressure on the abdomen, is fine.
Yeah.
Stretches your back and your
Speaking of that, you know, we have prenatal classes at the yoga center.
Yeah.
They're very popular, and the mommies-to-be enjoy coming and camaraderie with each other as well.
I can see why a prenatal class would be popular. There are other activities popular. Think about it. Come around.
Okay, are we coming with the heron pose?
Yeah, we're coming to the heron pose. Quick. Now you put the strap around the ball of your foot, and you can lean back a little bit. And now, it doesn't matter how far you lift it, just stretch that leg out. It can be low, it can be higher, depending on your range of motion.
And also the thing is that the spine stays relatively straight, so you're not leaning back to try to get your leg up.
But you're extending up.
Yeah.
Not rigidly, not harsh to your body, but flow.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And breathe. Now we take both sides of the strap in your right hand, and your left hand goes out to the side. You lean a little to the left and take your right leg over to the right.
Ooh, a nice big stretch.
That's right.
So this is open heron. Is
Side
it
heron.
Side heron,
Yeah.
or is it a heron getting ready to fly? Didn't you see a
With
great
his
blue
leg
heron
up at the yoga center, yeah, in the backyard.
Yeah. In fact, that's one reason why I got this mat as an honor of my one koi fish that was eaten by a great blue heron.
That's right.
Wow. All right, so now we come back to center and we do that little twist. So you bring your left hand and hold the strap with your left hand and reach the right arm back. So here comes another twist.
Oh, that's a nice twist.
And you pull against the strap so it can help you twist away. You can turn your gaze, look at your right thumb if it doesn't strain your neck. Good. Breathing. And then back to the center. Lower your heel down. Leave the strap there if you want to use the strap because we're doing a forward bend. And you'll place your left foot underneath your right thigh. That's going to help give a little
Which keeps
pressure.
your leg from straightening out.
Yes, and also helps create pressure into the hamstrings, like the fascia, to say release.
Excellent.
And fold forward. Good. Breathe. Yeah. So as you can see, a potpourri. We have many poses in this sequence. And I thought we'd only have time to do the 2 sequences, but it looks like we got a little more time to do another one. So I was thinking maybe doing the Svanasana sequence, downward dog, upward dog. Yeah. So what do we do? How do we get out of this?
How do we get out of this? You lean once again to your right.
To their left.
To their left.
Yes.
All right. Oh, goodness.
And
then you sweep
right
your
leg
foot
down.
around.
Yeah, good.
Set your hands, turn your toes under on your back foot, and lift your hips and come back into downward facing dog.
Oh,
step it out a little.
Walk your dog. Bend one knee and then the other.
Now take the dog for a walk.
Yeah. Okay, so let's bring our knees back. You bring your knees back to your mat, to the floor, to all fours. And then turn your toes under. So in this sequence, good, Brian's gonna pat his knees. You can do that. This mat, my new mat from the Boulder Mat Company is very thick, so I don't need an extra thick padding. Your heels are up. They stay up the whole time through this sequence. And just move your hands slightly ahead of your shoulders. Just a little bit, there you go.
Your elbows stay unlocked.
Yes, very good observation. Sit back on your heels as you exhale. Just feel that stretch. Now hold it for a minute. Stay here with your breath. And let your head come down to the mat. Now on your next inhale, come back to all fours. And when you exhale, you're going to take your hips to the ceiling and your knees off the floor, coming into your downward dogs. And then we're going to move forward into an up dog, but we're going to vary it a little bit as you come forward into plank, and then let your knees come to the floor. Let your hips drop and let your chest lift. There you go, up dog. That's one variation. The next one we'll do with keep the knees off the ground. And push back into your downward dogs. As you exhale, bring your knees back to the mat, to the floor. Sit on your heels, pose of a child. Keep going with us. Come, follow along. Inhale, back to all fours. Very good. Exhale, come into your downward facing dog. Inhale, come into up dog. So this time try it without dropping the knees. Legs are straight, thighs released to the floor.
And the arms are extended a little more in this because your
really
knees are up.
Definitely. And then push back into your down dogs. Bring your knees back to the mat. Several more times here. Join us. Exhale. Sit back. Anytime you get tired, just stay in pose of a child. Inhale back to all fours. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, your up dog. Knees to the mat if you wish, to the floor, or just straight up. Good. And then exhale back. Knees down. Here comes pose of a child, Balasana. Exhaling. One more round with us. Inhale, back up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale. You know, I discovered this sequence just by playing around. And it's just such a nice one because it just gets the back strong and then stretches out the legs and tones your arms. And it's easy to do. All right, let's sit back. Let your toes release back now. Just sit on your heels and come up to sitting. Can you do that? Oh, it's a big stretch.
Now, depending on what are these things?
Knees.
The tightness in the muscles of your thighs. Some may be able to sit back and others may not. So you just honor your body.
Yes.
But I have a little side balance.
Since
we're doing kind of yoga potpourri today,
we've got
a moment to do this.
Okay.
So come up once again onto all fours. And I encourage you to cushion your knees if you have a hard floor that you're working on. So take your left foot back, the ball of the foot on the floor, and bring the heel in. And then your right hand supports you and the elbow is unlocked. And you lift your left arm up. Now you can stop anywhere you need to. You don't have to take it all the way up. Then take your overhead arm over your ear. And then if you can, lift your back.
Woo.
Side balance. And you may feel a little trembly in this, and that's okay. You can come down anytime you need. And now let's bring the hand and the knee back to the floor. I was feeling a little trembly there. This is not our first show today, so. Now take your...
This thing we do 4 shows back to back.
Oh my goodness. Take your right leg back, ball of the foot on the floor, and you stretch just a bit. Then bring the heel in. And then your left hand supports as your right arm reaches up. And remember, you can stop anywhere you need to along this series. Then bring the arm over the ear and lift your leg.
Woo.
And keep breathing. That's the thing. When we get into a hard pose, we stop breathing. So keep that breath flowing. Ah, yes. Now bring the hand and the knee back to the mat. Oh.
Okay, good. Well, that was fun. That was a nice little twist, yeah.
Yeah, let's do one more leg work. So
Okay,
take your right
one
leg
more.
back off the floor. Inhale, extend it out.
That's their left leg, but that's good.
Okay. Exhale, draw it in. Pick a leg and draw it in.
The other leg.
Inhale,
Just
extend.
pick a leg, yeah.
Yeah.
Pick up one leg and move it back.
Yeah.
And bring it in.
Yeah. And again.
Yeah.
And then bring it in and to the floor.
Good.
Good, and change sides.
You know, I hope you guys have taken time for yourselves and do this. I know some of you do, and you send me emails and tell me how much you enjoy it and how much it changes your life. So good for you for taking care of yourself. Keep sending those emails. We'll keep passing them on.
Oh, one more time, okay.
Yeah, and down. Okay, well, it's time for us to come to close. So we're really glad you joined us. We're going to come to a seated position. We close out with our eyes closed. Today, I want you to join me with your hands resting on your thighs. And I do this in class as a type of meditation. When you exhale, you'll bring your thumb and index finger together. Then you open up and you bring your thumb and middle finger. And we'll just count down that way as we finish class, focusing on our hands, breathing.
Yoga with Andrea is underwritten by the Arkansas Yoga Center. This eco-friendly facility will delight your senses and relax your body and mind. We offer classes in yoga, tai chi, meditation, Pilates, and yoga teacher training. Our qualified instructors ensure that everyone is safe and comfortable at all class levels. Centrally located in Fayetteville next to Woodland Junior High. Visit us at the Arkansas Yoga Center to renew, refresh, and savor the stillness.